Here this evening at Comerica Park as we get you ready for baseball game one in this three-game weekend series featuring the Tigers and the Chicago White Sox. And if the Tigers combine for 3 or more home runs in this game, bring a copy of the box score to a participating Arby's location tomorrow and get yourself a free small order of curly fries. Here is the starting lineup for the visiting Chicago White Sox, presented by the Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. It'll be Alejandro De Aza leading off and playing center field. Alexei Ramirez the shortstop. Adam Dunn the DH. Konerko at first base. Pierzynski .455 with men in scoring position this year. Alex Rios in right. You've got Viciedo, Morel, and Beckham as the bottom three for Chicago. Here is the scouting report on Tigers left-hander Drew Smyly, presented tonight by Soaring Eagle Casino.
Well, you have to be very impressed at the way that Smyly has gone about his business in his first 4 major league starts. He really is not walking anybody. 8 walks in 22 innings and doing an outstanding job when runners are in base. He is not giving up many hits.
So we're ready for baseball tonight as Smyly makes his 5th major league start. Outstanding efforts his last 2 times out against Texas and the Yankees, and he'll face the Central Division foe, the Chicago White Sox. Alejandro De Aza getting set to step in. He'll be followed by Alexei Ramirez and then Adam Dunn. It's turned out to be a nice night here at the ballpark. 64 degrees our game time temperature, and here we go. The first pitch of the ball game is in for a strike. 0-1 on De Aza. He is batting .260 this year. He's hit 3 home runs in the series in Chicago. 1 for 10 against Detroit. And Smyly misses outside this time. 1 ball, 1 strike. De Aza starting things off for the White Sox offense, which this year has been just okay. Ball 2 outside, 2-1. 20 runs scored, good for 2nd in the American League. So De Aza at least has been getting on base out of that leadoff spot. The 2-1 is in there, a strike. 2-2 on De Aza.
It's a well-located fastball at 92 miles an hour right at the knees with a little late life on it from Drew Smyly.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Got him. Strike 3. De Aza is caught looking. 1 gone.
Let's take a look at the Tigers' defensive alignment here tonight. It is always presented by Beaumont Health System. Not many changes with the exception of Don Kelly getting the start in left field. Alex Avila behind the plate, who handled Smyly 5 days ago in New York in a masterful way.
So Smyly, who has fanned 7 in each of his last 2 starts, gets his first strikeout early tonight, and Ramirez looks at strike 1.
I was talking to Drew just a couple of days ago, and he said how it's funny that when he was in college, that breaking ball that he just struck De Aza out with was called a slider. But he says now in the Tigers organization, they're calling it a curveball. So
really,
yeah, he's a little doesn't know what quite to think, but it's working though.
Well, as long as he keeps spotting it like he is, he'll be okay, regardless of what they call it. The 1-1 is shot on the ground to the right side. Fielding there is Prince, and he'll feed the pitcher covering. There are 2 gone.
Robert Ventura, the rookie manager for the Chicago White Sox, has elected to have 2 of the first 3 hitters hit from the left side against Smyly, who is also left-handed, but there's a method to his madness. He has given up a .333 batting average to left-handers in his 4 starts. Smyly has, and righties only .183 against him.
Well, here's a guy that at least the last couple of years has had no luck at all against left-handed pitching, and that would be Adam Dunn, who this year is 3 for 27 against lefties.
He ain't had much luck at all. Period.
That's a good point. Righty, lefty, in between.
He's better this year, though. He is better this year.
1 ball and no strikes on big Adam Dunn. Yeah, the numbers are up a little bit this year. And you see his splits 306 against righties. Only 111 against lefties. He'll foul that one back out of play. 1-1.
And big Adam Dunn set a record in their game last night against the Cleveland Indians, having at least 1 strikeout in 29 straight games.
That's amazing. Dunn, of course, strikeouts have always been part of the package, but so have 40 home runs, and he didn't come close to that last year. 2-2 the count. They have the shift on him. Three defenders to the right of second base. And Dunn takes low and away. Batting with 2 outs just underway. And a nice night for baseball here in the Motor City. Smiley likes to work quickly. And he takes low. Run the count now 3-2.
That is something that Smiley is not afraid to do. He is not afraid to pitch aggressively inside to left-handers or right-handers, and he goes in there for a strike. He's just not trying to send a message.
There is strike 3 and a swing and a miss by Dunn. And Smiley strikes out 2 of the first 3 he faces here tonight. Drew off to a, well, Drew Smiley type start. On a nice night for baseball, Tigers and White Sox go to the bottom of the first inning. Tigers starting lineup brought to you by Big Boy. Jackson, Bosch, Cabrera at the top. Fielder in the middle along with Dirks, the DH tonight. Avila catching, Peralta, Rayburn, and Kelly, your bottom 3 for Jim Leland. And here is Austin Jackson starting things off against Jake Peavy. His first pitch is right at the knees for strike 1. Austin has caught fire of late. 3-11 in the batting average column. Had a really good series against Chicago in Chicago earlier this year. There's a strike, and now it's 0-2.
Well, Peavy is coming out and doing exactly as he did against the Tigers a few weeks ago when they were in Chicago. Lots of fastballs early in the game.
He just seems like he's always in attack mode, as he is here tonight. The 0-2 pitch. He slings that one high, 1-2. Brzezinski dropping down the signals, wearing pink polish, I believe. So Peavy can see a little bit better. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I believe that's the first time I've ever seen pink, though.
I don't believe I know that's the first time I've seen pink.
I guess he's not afraid of it.
You think he can pull it off?
He can pull it off.
There you go. It's pink or orange. I don't know. There's a check swing. Did he go? He did not. Jeff Nelson said he held up, so the count fills at 3-2. Close, but he held up. And the full count pitch. Jackson lines one to center field. Diaz is on the move. 1 out. Jake Peavy is the starting pitcher tonight for the White Sox. He is presented by Fox Chevrolet of Rochester Hills.
Well, Jake Peavy is finally healthy this year after the last couple of years always fighting some type of an injury. And you see when he's healthy, he puts up really good numbers. He was the pitcher of the month in the American League in the month of April. Good fastball, 90-92, slider, and a changeup.
Don Cooper has been the pitching coach for the White Sox for a long while. He has seen some good ones go through Chicago, and his staff this year is among the best in the American League, at least statistically in the early going.
They always are under Cooper. hard throwers in the bullpen. He gets guys to excel at this level.
Bosch is the batter now with one out. He had a big home run a couple of days ago, which at least tied the game late against KC before the Tigers lost in the 9th inning. And Brennan now has hit 4 home runs. He's knocked in 13. Here's Peavy's 2-0 pitch. Fouled away, 2-1. Bosch right now a 9-game hitting streak. His longest of the year. Not the longest, though, of his career. He's had a couple of 10-gamers in his career. Here is Peavy's 2-1 offering. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Peavy, 30 years old, born in Mobile, Alabama, goes 6'1", 195. Some major shoulder surgery a couple of years ago. He began the season last year on the DL. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He chased. Fastball up, 2 gone.
Let's take a look at the Chicago White Sox defensively here tonight. It's always presented by Tim Horton. In right field, Alex Rios is playing some pretty good baseball. He's a better right fielder than he was a center fielder where he played last year. And there are many that follow this White Sox group on a nightly basis. They say that Alexi Ramirez will win a Gold Glove or 2 before it's all said and done. That's how electrifying he is at that shortstop position.
Yeah, he seems to make an electrifying play every week. Here's Cabrera. He takes the ball low. Miguel batting with 2 outs, 2 out of 8 in the series.
Cabrera has not had a whole lot of success in his career against Jake Peavy. But really not many right-handers have had success against Peavy in his career.
And there is strike 1-1.
They're the numbers. 4 for 28 with 11 strikeouts.
Here's the 1-1. And it makes you wonder what Jake Peavy has on Miguel Cabrera, because Cabrera, as we like to say, hits number ones, no problem.
Hits everybody.
And there you see the intensity of Jake Peavy. He is one of the most intense competitors there. He didn't like missing with that last pitch.
Oh, he'll be talking to himself on several occasions tonight.
Drill to center field, base hit. Peavy hung that one, and Cabrera has a 2-out single.
Jake Peavy will gladly give up the sharp single to center field against Cabrera on a 2-1 count. And because he knows that usually when Miguel gets hanging breaking balls, he's running around the bases in trot fashion.
That'll keep it going now for Prince Fielder, batting .281. And he looks at strike 1, 0-1. Prince has hit 3 home runs. 2 came in 1 game against Boston, and he hit 1 at Yankee Stadium on the last 3-game road trip. The 0-1 pitch. Little looper toward left field. That ball is going to drop. Base hit. Fielder has gone the other way quite a bit this year, and he does again.
Well, he's just kind of taking what they give him. They really haven't given Prince a whole lot on the inner third of the plate to do a lot of damage as far as hitting home runs. So he's one of those guys that will take that short, quick swing, and a little late here, but able to fight it off and muscle it into left field because Viciedo, the left fielder, was playing so deep. Eight hits already this year by Prince Fielder the opposite way. They simply are not coming inside very often to Prince.
That'll bring up Dirks with 2 men on, 2 men out. Andy 2 out of 4 in that series against KC. And he slices one toward left field, and Viciedo will come in to make the basket catch. Looked like he struggled with it a bit, but the inning is over. No runs, 2 hits. Tigers strand 2. Banks, strength and stability since 1849. Chrysler, imported from Detroit. And by Nestle Coffee Mate Natural Bliss, all natural coffee creamer. Back here in downtown Detroit at Comerica Park, where the Tigers and White Sox are opening up a 3-game series. And we go to the top of the second, no score. For the White Sox, it'll be Paul Konerko, A.J. Pierzynski, and Alex Rios. The sky's actually clearing up after so much rain here the last 24 hours. First pitch from Smiley is on the outer edge, 0-1 on Konerko. Well, he's off to another great start, 344. This guy just keeps hitting. Knocked in 16 so far this year. Smiley's 0-1. Line drive over the glove of Johnny Peralta into left field. It's a leadoff single, first hit of the game for Chicago. And Konerko just keeps swinging it.
He can hit. Yeah, there's no question about that. Looked like a little cut fastball down and in, and Paulie just simply went down and got it and whistled it right over the head of Johnny Peralta. One of the reasons why Konerko hitting 344. You saw that spray chart on it, driving the ball to all fields.
Here is A.J. Pierzynski. Check swing, strike one.
A.J. off to a good start this year.
Yeah, he is.
284, 5 homers, 18 driven in. And Robin Ventura wanted him to bat second at the beginning of the year, but he found himself needing someone to protect Konerko, and Pierzynski's been that guy that has given him some quality plate appearances protecting Konerko this year.
Well, he is struggling a bit of late, 2 for his last 18, but he's been dynamite this year with men in scoring position. That's why he's knocked in 18. 0-2 on A.J. Pierzynski. Swing and a miss, and another strikeout for Drew Smiley. It's his third already. So Drew had 7 in each of his last 2 starts, and he's almost halfway there now.
Really like the way that Smiley moves the ball around. When you go up there, in this particular case, Rios, he's not going to show you the exact same pitch on back-to-back pitches. He might go in, then he'll go up, then he'll go outside with a backdoor breaking ball, a changeup down and away. This guy moves the baseball around, and that's why he really hasn't been hit that hard in his first 4 starts.
Well, when you look at the numbers that Smiley has posted, he has made 4 major league starts, has given up just 1 run in each of those starts. Doesn't walk too many, has been around the plate, and has been really good. The 1-0 is a little high. 2 balls, no strikes on Alex Rios. .299 start for Rios. Had a pretty good month of April. That's in there, a strike 2 and 1.
They say Rios is starting to drive the ball up the middle and the opposite way a little bit more this year, and that's why the batting average is up. Whereas the last couple of years in a White Sox uniform, he was way too pull happy. Therefore, very low batting average.
Well, that's got to be encouraging for the White Sox when you consider that he signed that 7-year deal as a member of the Blue Jays, and the Sox acquired that contract, and he signed through 2014 with an option for the 15 season. The 3-1. There's a ground ball to second, should be 2. Here comes Peralta's relay. It is dug out at first base by Prince. And a 4-6-3 inning-ending double play. Here at the ballpark, another nice crowd here at Comerica watching the Tigers and the Chicago White Sox get together. A couple of teams from the Central Division, all bunched up at the top of the Central Division standings as we enter play tonight. And Alex Avila will lead things off. Avila, Peralta, Rayburn facing Jake Peavy. Alex is batting .246. And first pitch from Peavy hits the outside corner at 90 miles an hour. 0-1 the count on Avila. Peavy gave up a couple of singles in the first, Cabrera and Fielder, but Dirks lined out to end the inning. 1 ball and 1 strike. You know why we were talking about A.J. Pierzynski and that pink polish that he has on his nails. Apparently Jake Peavy needs that.
Yeah, he doesn't see very well. Someone says he's what, 20/40 as far as his vision is concerned. And if 40, that's not good at all, is it?
No, I'm no optometrist, but it's not as good as 20/20.
I know most guys at this level, at least the players that don't wear glasses, I mean, they're probably 20/15. That's the only way you hit 95-mile-per-hour fastballs.
Line to left field. That looks like it's going to get down. It does in fair territory. Avila takes the turn. He's going to try and hustle in with a double. Here's the throw. Not in time. It's a 2-base hit for Alex. Third double of the year for Avila.
Avila is not afraid to drive the ball the other way. And he'll look to do exactly that when you throw balls that are down and away from him. If you try to come inside with a breaking ball or a fastball up, he'll turn on you too. But that is a pretty swing right there.
And so Avila now is hit safely in his last 4. The Tigers have a good scoring chance here. Peralta looks at ball 1.
It's a good opportunity here for Johnny to put in the work of hitting the ball the other way. That's one of the things that he's worked on the last week with some extra batting practice, and that's getting back to what he did last year. Staying on the baseball and going up the middle and the other way. If he does that here, he gets Avila over to third base, at least over to third base.
And we saw him start to do that in the Kansas City series. Had a couple of hits in that series. Johnny right now at .241. Avila, the runner at second, with the leadoff double here in the second inning. And the 2-0. Right back up the middle into center field. Base hit. Avila will get to third base, and the Tigers now have him at first and third.
It's a really good at-bat here by Johnny Peralta. It's a slider, it's down, it's away, and if you try to pull that ball, you're going to ground out to the shortstop. So very nice work by him by getting Alex over to third.
It'll bring up Ryan Rayburn. Tigers already have 4 hits against Peavy. Keep in mind, Jake came in as the pitcher of the month in the American League in April. Rayburn fouls it straight back.
Aggressive swing there by Ryan. Ryan was out taking some extra batting practice this afternoon, trying to get it going. He knows he needs to step it up offensively.
Some splits on Peavy, as you can imagine. Both of these situations, the numbers really aren't all that good. 0-1 on Rayburn. Drives this one high in the air to center. This will be deep enough to score the run. Avila will tag. De Aza makes the catch. And the run is in. A sac fly for Ryan Rayburn. Second RBI of the year for Ryan. Tigers lead 1-0. Now the number 9 hitter, Don Kelly. Swing and a miss, 0-1.
One thing the Tigers do know today, they can be very aggressive against Peavy. In the month of April, he did not walk many batters. He was always around the plate. Therefore, as a hitter, and you can really go up there in attack mode.
Modest lead at first by Peralta. And the runner goes, and it's line foul down the right field line.
You don't see many managers put the hit and run on it and 0-1 count, but that was a hit and run there with Kelly and Peralta.
By the way, this game tonight is available in stunning high definition on Fox Sports Detroit HD, sponsored by Xfinity from Comcast.
Most managers like to put the hit and run on when the count is in the favor of the hitter. 1-0 or 2-1. Not many when the hitter's behind.
Now the 0-2. Swing and a miss. And Kelly is gone. Peavy has his second strikeout.
Hey fans, tomorrow at 4:05, the Tigers battle the Chicago White Sox at Comerica Park. For tickets, call 866-66-TIGER or visit Tigers.com.
3 against the Chicago White Sox. Then it's on to the West Coast for the Tigers. The next road trip, take them out west. There's ball 1 to Jackson. Austin line to center field in his first at bat.
A couple of nice cities we will visit before heading back to Chicago on the tail end of that trip. Seattle, San Francisco, or Oakland.
And then, as you mentioned, wrap it up in Chicago. Another nice city. There's a breaking ball fouled away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jackson has 28 hits to lead the team. Austin coming off a bit of a roller coaster month of April, but certainly more good than bad. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Peavy will throw that fastball up around the letters at about 90 to 91 miles an hour. And as a hitter, it looks like you can get on top of it, but with his violent delivery, there is some deception there, and he throws that ball by a lot of big league hitters. He used to throw 94, 95 when he was at the top of his game with the San Diego Padres.
Fouled away. Well, in his days with the Padres, he was as good as it got in the National League. 2-time All-Star, won the Cy Young in 2007.
Definition as a gamer.
They'll chase the runner back. That's Peralta. Tiger is able to put together a run here. Double by Avila, single by Peralta, sacrifice fly by Rayburn. One ball and 2 strikes. And another foul back out of play. The injury that Peavy had a couple of years ago was really serious. In fact, he detached a muscle from his right shoulder, which needed surgery, and it's something that hadn't been seen very often, but he's been able to come back from that nicely. Pitched last year, made only 18 starts, but boy, is he on his game this year.
It was 50-50 as to whether he could come back from that surgery.
And the breaking ball just missed. 2-2. Well, not only has he come back, but he has put it together this season. He has thrown 36 pitches so far. Another throw back. And Peralta gets in there. Again, the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Austin tried to hold up, unable to do it. Third strikeout of the game for Peavy. And you're watching Tigers baseball tonight, presented by Bell Tire. the third here at Comerica Park, and just a reminder as you enjoy a cold one to look forward to Miller time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. So here come the White Sox as we go to the top of the third, and Drew Smyly, so far so good. Smyly has been helped out by a double play. He has struck out 3. Dayan Viciedo leads it off, and he looks at strike 1.
You need to be careful against Viciedo. You don't really want to leave the ball out over the heart of the plate. You have to pitch him aggressively inside when you really want to get him out.
Viciedo's hit a couple of home runs against the Tigers this year.
And both of those came out on balls that were right over the heart of the dish. You got to crowd him inside. You can't allow him to extend his arms. He's got a lot of pop in his bat.
There's a line drive over the glove of the third baseman Cabrera. To left field it goes, and Viciedo is aboard with the leadoff single.
Here's a ball that looks like it's off the plate outside. It's a breaking ball, and he reaches out and hits it right over the head of Cabrera.
Second hit of the ball game for the White Sox. Here is Brent Morel, and he bunts one right in front of the plate. Avila snatches it and throws him out. One away right now. We go back to the studio. Time for a game break. Here's Justin White.
The second incident, number 15, Hogan.
All right, Justin, thank you. Here it is 1-0 in favor of the Tigers on the sacrifice fly by Ryan Rayburn. And the Tribe, well, look at them. Just like last year, they got off to a nice start. This year, they're atop the Central right now. Tigers come in 2 out, or 1.5, I should say. Chicago 2 out. Here is Gordon Beckham. Smyly, by the way, now is 6 of 8 in first pitch strikes. He's gotten ahead often and early tonight. It's been a struggle for Beckham this year with the bat. He's hitting only .203. Strike 1. Beckham, a former #1 pick, and I know, Rod, they had high hopes for him offensively.
Especially the way that he played when they first called him up to the majors. He was playing some third base at that time. He was a shortstop in college, and they have now moved him over to second, and he's very comfortable at second base. He's a really good defender, but he's going to have to hit more than 200 if he's going to stay in the big leagues. He cannot get off to the kind of start that he got off to last year. He struggled all the way up into the halfway point.
As a rookie, he batted .270. There's a ground ball fair inside the bag at third base. This will get the tying run in. Beckham is on his way to second, and he is safe at second base, just ahead of the tag by Rayburn. Double and an RBI for Gordon Beckham.
You haven't seen Smyly give up many hits with runners in scoring position this year. That's why he hasn't given up many runs, and he really hasn't given up a lot of 0-2 base hits. That was an 0-2 pitch that really wasn't executed where Smyly wanted it.
Viciedo leads it off with a base hit, comes around to score. So the sacrifice sets up a run. Here is De Asa. Struck out to start the game back in the first. First pitch in there, strike 1. Here is Smyly's 0-1 pitch. Blocked by Avila. 1 ball and 1 strike. De Asa really came on late last season. Hit .345 from August until the end of the year. White Sox recently had Juan Pierre in their leadoff spot. They've had some guys in that spot that can run and steal some bases. Scott Posednik. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Foul straight back. Diaz gives him a little bit more of an element of power, though. He's hit 3 home runs this year.
And by him also being able to play center field, it allowed the Chicago White Sox to move Rios to his more natural position in right.
And the 1-2. 2-2 on Alejandro Diaz. White Sox came in tonight having lost 7 of their last 9 games, and they've been a better road team this year. 7-4 away from U.S. Cellular Field. Two and 2 on Diaz. Swing and a miss. Goes down on strikes again. The second time that Smiley has fanned him tonight.
I was talking to Smiley a couple of days ago, and I was asking him how many times did Avila shake him off in that game in New York. Or I should have said, how many times did he shake off Avila? He said only a couple of times, and when he does shake off, he usually goes to that breaking ball that we just saw right there. So they really worked well 5 days ago. Alex was a tremendous leader in that start in the Bronx.
I think rookie guys are less likely to shake off the catcher, though.
You know, there are some that have a quality pitch that they really like and they feel like it's working for them on any given night, and those guys aren't afraid to shake off. But Alex was an all-star last year, and he's earned the respect of all the Tigers starters and relievers, and therefore Smiley is allowing him to lead him.
Ramirez the batter with 2 outs. The 1-0. 2 balls, no strikes on Alexei Ramirez.
This might be one of those situations, even though Adam Dunn in that on-deck circle's got a lot of power, you might not want to give in to Alexei Ramirez here with 2 outs and a base open.
Swing and a miss.
Alexei swung at ball 3. Apparently he doesn't want to walk.
Which has been his MO, I think, since getting to the big leagues. Hasn't walked a whole lot.
He's only walked 3 times this year in over 100 at bats.
He's not eyeing number 4 right now. Here's the 2-1. Grounded foul, 2-2.
And when you know you have a guy in the batter's box that doesn't walk very often, you find yourself in this particular situation where you have the base open, you don't really have to give him anything really good to hit. You still know that he's going to leave the strike zone trying to drive that run in.
2-2 on Alexei Ramirez. Had him done waiting on deck.
Oh, he's changed his name. I forgot. You told me that. It's Alexei now, right?
Alexei. I'm changing my name to Big M. I want to be known as Big M now. Write that down.
Where'd you get that name from?
Jim Price hung it on me.
Did he?
Yeah, it's not going away either. The 2-2 is fouled back out of play. You had to have some nicknames in your playing days, didn't you? Not really?
Not really.
No.
I mean, not really.
Well, he used to be Alexei Ramirez, and now they start calling him Alexei in Chicago. Alexei probably was the correct pronunciation all along. Again, the 2-2 pitch. Driven in the air to center field. Jackson is on the run. He will get there to end the inning. They get a run to tie it up when we get to the bottom of the 3rd. Brennan Bosch will lead it off for Detroit.
help I need to come back and be a great teammate and a successful baseball player in the Tigers organization. I'm sorry to all the fans, the Tigers, my teammates, and everybody out there.
Delmon Young there wanted to address the media and get a very public apology out to the fans, to his teammates, to the organization. He said this past week, after dealing with this whole ordeal, has been very stressful for him, but he says he's learning from his experience. He's the only one to blame in this situation. And I did have a chance to also talk with Jim Leyland. He said that Delmon will be available to pinch hit later in today's game, and he was also going to be scheduled to DH tomorrow as well as Sunday. Guys, I'll send it back up to you.
All right, Shannon, thank you very much. And Delmon Young today, of course, addressing the media and also saying that he's mending fences within the community as well. So Delmon on his way back, and we look forward to seeing him back in the lineup as soon as Jim Leyland thinks that should be the case. And it sounds like, Brad, it might be tomorrow.
Well, he's been swinging the bat the last couple of days. Also had a little extra batting practice today. So I know that Delmon wants to get back out there and do what he does for a living, and that's play baseball.
Miguel Cabrera, the batter here, with one out in the third. Tigers won and the Sox won.
And for the Tigers to get to where they want to get to this year, they need Delmon to swing the bat like he was swinging the bat in spring training.
Here's the 1-2, swing and a miss, and Cabrera is out of there, 2 gone. 4 strikeouts now for Peavy. And that's going to bring up Prince Fielder.
Jake Peavy is looking more like the guy that Kenny Williams, their general manager, traded for a few years ago now than he did, of course, when he was going through a ton of injuries.
You know, coming into this season, I think many thought that the White Sox staff would be pretty good, but the fact that Peavy is pitching like he is kind of changes things a little bit.
It does.
It raises them a notch, doesn't it?
It does. Now they just have to get John Danks straightened out.
1 ball to no strikes on Prince Fielder.
But I heard today that they're going to move Chris Sale back to the bullpen. He is not going to start here on Sunday afternoon against the Detroit Tigers. He is going back to the bullpen, and he is going to be the closer for the White Sox.
Which is an interesting move because the kid clearly has a ton of talent. There's a high pop-up, shallow right field. Alex Rios coming in, and Peavy has himself a very quick 3rd inning. No runs, no hits, and nobody left. Smiley back to the hill in the 4th. To you by Arby's, it's good mood food. And by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. Back here in the Motor City, look at the Fox Theater right across the street from beautiful Comerica Park. It is a 1-1 ball game as we go to the top of the fourth. And the White Sox coming to the plate against the lefty Drew Smyly. It'll be Dunn, Konerko, and Pierzynski, 3, 4, and 5 in the Chicago lineup. First pitch home is a strike called on Adam Dunn, who struck out his first time on. And that was back in the first inning. 1 of 4 strikeouts for the left-hander. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2 on Dunn. 38 strikeouts now, leads the American League. His home run numbers are up this year, though. He hit only 11 all of last season, 7 already this year. So there is progress in what he has been able to give them offensively.
He looks better.
You remember last year when he came over as the big free agent signing, and boy, had that incredibly rough start, and fans were getting on him.
He looked lost. Never got it together last year.
Here's the 1-2, and it's swung on and missed, and Smyly has carved him up a couple of times tonight.
Hey fans, Fox Saturday Baseball returns this week when Paul Konerko and the White Sox take on Prince Fielder and the Tigers as both teams look to keep pace atop the AL Central. Fox Saturday Baseball returns this week at 3:30 p.m.
Tigers and Sox, and Max Scherzer will be on the hill for Detroit.
Well, Max, I've heard him talk the last couple of days, and I've even spoken to Max. Feels like he's made the necessary adjustments, which will allow him to go out there and obviously be a lot more effective than he was in Chicago, where he walked, New York, where he walked a career high 7.
Paul Konerko, the batter. Max working diligently with Jeff Jones over the past couple of days to make some tweaks to his delivery, and hopefully we'll see a new and improved Max Scherzer. He can do it. We know that. We've seen it.
And here's where Smyly not afraid to throw a breaking ball in this 2-0 fastball count to a dangerous hitter. Painted the outside corner with a 92-mile-per-hour heater that time to Paul.
2-1. What has impressed you the most about Smyly this year? Is it his demeanor, his ability, as you say, to paint the corner?
First of all, demeanor. He has a lot of confidence. He knows he's a good pitcher. But he, for the most part, keeps the ball out of the middle of the plate. He hasn't made many mistakes up here.
High fly ball, right field. Bosch is cruising over and back. Still going back to the edge of the track.
Perfect example of him not making mistakes. He fell behind Konerko, 2 balls, no strikes. And then he painted with a fastball. Then he came back with a breaking ball that he missed with, and then went right back outside with a well-located fastball that Paul couldn't do a whole lot with.
2 up, 2 down here in the fourth. Tigers got a run in the second. White Sox answered with 1 in the third. Pierzynski, a strikeout victim in the second inning. We've seen a few of those swings tonight from their left-handers. 0-1.
Surprising, Smyly's numbers coming into the game aren't all that favorable against left-handers.
Well, the Bernstein Advantage brings you the scouting report on A.J. Pierzynski. Get the Bernstein Advantage. We go to bat for you. Hit his 5th home run of the season on Tuesday in his 20th game. Last year, his 5th homer came in his 92nd game. Power numbers are up this year for A.J. And he pulls this one through into right field, out of the reach of Ryan Rayburn. 2-out single for A.J. Pierzynski.
A.J. is a free agent after this year's over, and I'm sure that he feels like he's not done contributing in Major League Baseball, whether it be with the White Sox or should he choose to go elsewhere.
And he's continuing to put up pretty good offensive numbers. Here's Rios. He knocked into a 4-6-3 double play his first time. Smyly now has surrendered 4 hits. Each pitcher has. And Rios looks at ball 1. Check swing. Did he go? Looked like he did, and he did, said Jeff Nelson. The really impressive thing about Smiley is coming into this start, opponents were batting just 115 against him with runners on base.
He doesn't panic.
Which for a young guy is awfully impressive as you look at his total pitches thrown. The 1-1. I mean, I don't know about you, Rod. I think you would agree that when we saw him in spring training, whether it was in the clubhouse, you know, in the backfields in the minor leagues, or in a big league game, he just seemed to have that aura that he belonged.
And I think that's one of the reasons that went into the decision making by David Dombrowski and also Jim Leland. This kid was not afraid. He wasn't going to walk the world. He was going to give us some quality outings. And with the offense that they have, they felt like he could be a major contributor pitching in that number 5 slot in the rotation.
So far it has worked out. 3-1 on Alex Rios. Driven to center field. Jackson on his horse. He'll run it down. And that is that for Chicago. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. A question. Here we go. Who is the White Sox all-time hits leader?
Was it my buddy? Silent Harold?
Maybe.
He had a lot of knocks.
He did.
In that White Sox uniform.
Yes, he did.
He could hit out of St. Michael, Maryland.
He's your buddy.
He sure is. And a good friend.
Wasn't he your roommate?
First one. Pro ball.
Here's Andy Dirks to lead things off. And he looks at ball 1. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning, 1-1. Harold Baines can break, man. I mean, the way he went around his business, about his business, was really impressive. Wasn't real flashy. Popped up. Third base side, Morel. 1 out.
He was gifted. He had tremendous hand-eye coordination. He could hit left-handers. He could hit right-handers. He didn't stay in the minor leagues very long either. A-ball, double-A, triple-A for a small stint. He was in the big leagues for good.
Got any good stories about him? Any that you can tell?
Well, I could tell all Harold's stories. Harold's a good man.
Here's Avila. Alex had a double and scored a run back in the 2nd. Swing and a miss.
Harold also was the very first player chosen in the country in 1977 when he was drafted, and you would never know it.
Really?
You'd never know it.
Here's the 0-1. Foul back out of play. I remember approaching Harold Baines a couple of years ago in Chicago about doing a pregame interview. This is a while back now. He just calmly looked at me and said, "What would you like to talk about?" I said, "Well, I just want to talk about your career." "Okay, let's proceed."
He's a gentleman.
Just very calm and collected.
He's a gentleman.
Here's the 0-2 pitch coming home. Avila takes high, 1-2. Tigers a run on 4 hits, and the White Sox a run on 4 hits. Avila got it started back in the second with his double and scored the Tigers' only run. And time called now as Avila steps out.
AJ went through every single sign that he had, and they finally agreed on the fastball, but they're going to throw a breaking ball here.
And it bounced in. Look out. 2-2. Home plate umpire Chris Guccione thought that thing was going to hit him right in the head, apparently. Watch it. Two balls, 2 strikes. Good to see Avila starting to perk up a little bit. He's 5 for his last 11. Sits safely in 4 in a row. Foul back.
Yes, they needed he and also Peralta to step it up a little bit and to lengthen that lineup a little bit more. Lloyd knows that he has a team full of quality hitters, but they haven't quite hit their stride yet. Not all of them.
Yeah, that's the key. Not all of them. In the past, they've had a really deep lineup, and tonight it's been the bottom that has scored the Tigers' run, so they've gotten it going, but that hasn't been the case most of the year. And hopefully the month of May will bring better numbers for the bottom of the Tigers' lineup. Again, the 2-2. Checked it outside. 3-2 on Avila. One out here in the 4th. It's a 1-1 game. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Fly ball. Left field. Hit well. Viciedo going back to the wall. Leaps. Can't get it. It's gone. Nice catch out there. Avila goes the other way with a solo shot.
What an outstanding at-bat by the all-star catcher, Alex Avila. He fell behind Peavy, no balls and 2 strikes, and he had a lot of confidence in working the count back to 3-2 before getting that 91-mile-per-hour fastball and flipping it into the Tigers bullpen.
360 feet on that opposite field home run. The Tigers have a 2-1 lead. That's fouled back out of play. Home run number 4, RBI number 9 for Avila, so he's been a big part of the Tigers' success tonight. Johnny had a single to help set up the first run. Here's the 0-1. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Peavy is just, well, he's not happy. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fly ball right field. Routine for Rios. 2 gone.
Hey fans, you can have your picnic or party at a Tigers game. Group tickets and party suites are on sale now. Groups of 15 or more get discounted. I said discounted tickets for select games. Call 313-471-BALL or you can visit tigers.com.
Did you say discounted?
I sure did, for a picnic and a party suite.
Nice. Here's Rayburn. Bender drops in nicely, 0-1. It was Rayburn that got the Tigers on the board with a sac fly back in the second. The 0-1 is bending outside this time. 1 ball, 1 strike. That home run allowed by Peavy, just his 2nd of the season. April's pitcher of the month in the American League. And a 1.67 ERA. Didn't walk many in April. Struck out quite a few. But Avila hits one the opposite way against him. On the outside corner, strike 2-2. It's fouled off. Steady diet of breaking stuff here to Rayburn. 2-2 the count stays. Kelly waiting on deck. Swing and a miss. He got him a chase, and the inning is over. Peavy has 5 strikeouts. Avila gives the Tigers the lead, though. Solo shot. Tigers up 1. Two years ago today, Ernie Harwell, the great Tigers announcer and Hall of Fame announcer, passed away. And of course, Mr. Harwell is immortalized out there in the wall, and he has the statue here at Comerica Park. So it certainly was a sad day 2 years ago today here in Detroit. And don't forget, on FoxSportsDetroit.com, we're running Ernie Harwell Will Remember. It ran the same programming that ran 2 years ago at this time. If you'd like to remember Mr. Harwell, one of the all-time greats.
No doubt about that. What an individual he was.
Well, Dion Viciedo will lead it off as we go to the 5th inning, and Drew Smiley back to the hill. He's got a 1-run lead to work with now, and he'll call Avila out before we get things started here. It'll be Viciedo, Morel, and Beckham. Here's our Mazda scouting report on Drew Smiley. Now that he's thrown enough innings, he is eligible for the ERA lead, and 1.38 is atop the American League. He needed 3 innings tonight.
Congratulations to Jared Weaver, who threw a no-hitter just a couple of days ago for the Los Angeles Angels.
Smiley has a better ERA than he does. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It's down low, 1 ball, 1 strike.
I was watching the tail end of that no-hitter that Weaver threw, and Weaver threw 1 fastball in that game at 91 miles an hour, and that came in the very last inning.
You mean that was his highest velocity?
That was his top fastball, and he only did it once.
You're kidding.
I mean, it just kind of plays off of what we were talking about that afternoon, as a matter of fact, with guys like Verlander, CC Sabathia, Felix Hernandez. Of course, Roy Halladay's been doing it for a long, long time.
I don't want to say that velocity is overrated, because certainly it comes in handy, but apparently you don't need to throw 96, 97 consistently to be a good pitcher in this league, and many have proven that.
Well, those guys all can get up to 97 and above, but what they've learned how to do is all of them have learned how to pitch. You know, they throw breaking balls in fastball counts. You know, they can put their feet on the pedal when they need to, when they really need to hump up, and throw a really good fastball.
Big swing there, one gone. You know, the interesting thing, Rod, is that when you talk about a guy that just throws 91 as his top fastball in a no-hitter, and then you compare him to Justin Verlander, who was throwing 101 a couple of years ago when he threw his, and even last year he was throwing mid to upper 90s. Get it done in different ways.
Yes, indeed.
Here's Brent Morel. Well, you can talk about no-hitters, and you can talk about perfect games. Phil Umber threw a perfect game, and he certainly doesn't throw mid to upper 90s.
He and his wife also just welcomed in their first child just a couple of days ago. So the last couple of weeks have been very eventful for Mr. Umber.
Yeah, what a month. Morel had a sacrifice to set up a run back in the third.
I don't know what it is about Smiley and Avila here today, but they don't seem to be quite on that same page as they were on 5 days ago. The results are not bad. He's only given up one run, but they've had much more conversation here today than they did in that entire 6 innings he pitched in New York.
Yeah, no doubt. They've talked 2 or 3 times already. That's outside. 2-1. Pulled foul down the third base line. 2-2 the count. .68 pitches now for Smiley as we play here in the 5th. And a foul right at home plate. Morel started the year just 4 for his first 39, and because of that, he's been battling to get his average up. It was only 188 coming in. Morel, a good gloveman at third base, also has some really good numbers in the minor leagues in terms of his batting average. Again, the 2-2. It's outside, 3-2. It's only the 4th time that Smiley has gone to a 3-ball count. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. You got to believe the strike zone. Fastball away. Struck him out.
The little tailing fastball here by Smiley. That one ran away from Morel.
3rd straight game now for Drew in which he has struck out 7.
While we have a moment here, I'd like to send out our condolences from Fox Sports Detroit to Corey Bell. His dad had a funeral today, Robert Bell Sr., and he was a great Tigers fan, so our thoughts and prayers to the Corey Bell family.
Absolutely.
Corey Bell works here and has been here since I've been here. He works in group and fundraising and also account executive.
Corey's a good man.
No question about that. It's always tough to lose a loved one.
Gordon Beckham, the batter. Doubled in a run back in the 3rd. The only run that the White Sox have scored. And the 0-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Beckham has 5 RBIs. Smiley missing inside 2-1. Jim Leland, Jeff Jones have enjoyed watching Smiley pitch this year. He has given this rotation a shot in the arm, especially with the injury to Doug Fisker. And word is that he'll pitch on Monday. Fisker, that is, against Seattle. So perhaps things are starting to fall in place now. You get Fisker back. Verlander is your lead horse. Smiley pitching well. Fouled off, 3-2.
And you get Max sorted out as well. Porcello was tremendous in his last start. And we'll see him again on Sunday. Porcello was touching 95 in that game that day.
Hasn't done that consistently, but he did the other day. That's fouled back. 3-2 the count stays on Gordon Beckham. Should Beckham reach, De Aza waiting on deck. 2-1 Tigers lead. We're in the 5th.
When you have a guy that's been as aggressive on the 3-2 fastballs from Smiley, that's when you could throw a breaking ball, and it doesn't have to be a strike. It could just be one that you disguise as a strike, and you can get a swing and miss on a guy that's this aggressive in this particular count.
Beckham was the White Sox first-round pick in 2008. He played in only 59 minor league games and then got to the big leagues quickly. And that first year in the big leagues remains his best year. It's kind of been downhill since in terms of his offensive numbers. Here they are. 2009 he hit 270. Pretty good power numbers.
The average has gone down every year, and they'd like to see him pick it up.
Again the 3-2. Another foul back out of play. It's been a pretty good battle here for Beckham. The next pitch he will see will be the 10th from Smiley. And he puts it in play into shallow right, base hit right off the end of the bat. 2-out single for Beckham. We were talking about Doug Fisker, and of course on Wednesday he pitched in Toledo, and Leland was on hand to watch him pitch, and the results were very good.
Well, I believe he pitched 4 innings. He had 5 strikeouts. He only walked 1 batter, and he looked like Doug Fisker when he was pitching so brilliantly the second half of last year.
And today as well, he was out there before the game to get his side work in, and he'll be good to go on Monday. I guess the key thing was that he felt no pain the day after that start, which would have been yesterday. He was able to take his bullpen session working with Jeff Jones, so that's great news. And we'll have him on the air Monday night right here on Fox Sports Detroit against his former team, Seattle. De Aza the batter. Tigers lead here in the 5th on the home run by Alex Avila. A couple of strikeouts tonight for De Aza. In fact, De Aza and Dunn, both left-handed batters, 0 for 4 tonight, all 4 punch-outs against Smiley. So after a lengthy battle with Beckham, he has fallen behind De Aza. Driven in the air down the right field line. It's hooking toward foul territory and back out of play. 2-1 the count. Day off yesterday, so the Tiger bullpen is rested. I know Leland said before the game today that Valverde will pitch. They've got to get him into a game. He last pitched on the 28th. That was Smiley's start, wasn't it, against New York?
Might have been.
Yeah. Smiley got his first big league win, and Jose gave up a couple of runs late in that game. 25 pitches in this inning right now for Drew.
This is about as stressful as an inning that we have seen Drew have since his very first inning of his very first start in the big leagues.
Little chopper hit slowly to the right side. Rayburn charging. Underhand flip is in time, and the side retired. You're watching Tigers baseball tonight on Fox Sports Detroit, presented by Bell Tire.
Tiger's Tale tonight on this Friday night baseball game. Genevieve and Zach. Actually, Zach, his mom wrote in this story. Tell me about your favorite Tigers memory, because I understand you're in an anniversary tonight.
Oh, yeah, 3 years. May 4th, 2009. Good here. We met here, 3 years ago. We both didn't want to come because we just got back from vacation, but our friends drug us here, and the rest is history.
It's history. We're here.
You're going strong. Your mom said you were going to propose tonight, but I think you're waiting a little bit long. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. There's no proposal. She almost just died. There's no proposal yet. They're still young. There's plenty of time. But if you have a great Tiger's Tale and you want to tell me, I might be able to interview you at a game. Go on our website, foxsportsdetroit.com. Click on the Tigers page. Guys.
All right, Shannon, thanks very much. You see the look on his face when she said the word proposal? He's like, I don't have a ring. He almost ran the other way. Way to go, Shannon.
They're still freaking out. I'm like, I promise you're not getting engaged. Don't worry yet.
Dude needs some oxygen right now.
Their dads are here, too. They're going, no, too young, too young.
Oh my God.
Maybe another Tigers game. We'll check in a few years, you guys.
Yeah, we'll come back a couple years from now.
Okay, good. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Beautiful. Thanks, Shannon. Appreciate it. One out here in the fifth inning. Tigers on top 2-1. Austin Jackson is 0 for 2. Jake Peavy giving up the home run to Avila in the fourth. That's the difference in the game. Tigers breaking the 1-1 tie. And that is popped up. Shallow right field. Rios and De Aza converge. Rios. 2 gone. Hey, it's time for the Farmers Insurance Report Card. And since 2009, last 12 meetings here at Comerica Park, how about this, Rob? The Tigers have the big numbers on their side.
Well, in every facet of the game, from the batting average to the runners in scoring position, slugging percentage, and, of course, the ERA. The most important note at the bottom there, 2.50, 650 for the White Sox.
Here's Bosch hitting a roller to the shortstop Ramirez. He guns to first, and he got him by half a step. 1-2-3 inning for Jake Peavy. Tire. Get the lowest tire price, period. Bell Tire. And by Toyota. Brought to you by your Greater Detroit Toyota dealers. Motor City is glowing tonight on a nice night for baseball here in downtown Detroit. And the Tigers have a 2-1 lead as we travel to the top of the 6th inning here at the ballpark. Tigers getting a run in the 2nd inning on a sac fly by Rayburn, and then Avila homered in the 4th, breaking a 1-all tie. And so far, Drew Smiley has looked good as well.
7 strikeouts, 4 ground outs, 3 flyouts.
So that makes it 3 straight games with 7 punchouts. Luke Pekonen warming up along with Dwayne Bilo, the righty-lefty combo. And Smiley now will face the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Ramirez, Dunn, and Konerko. Alexei with a ground out and a fly ball. He is 0 for 2. And the 6th inning is underway. First pitch is in for a strike on Ramirez. Smiley's 5th major league start here this evening. Been among the best rookies in the American League, really in all of baseball with his start. 1 ball and 1 strike. Only 204 in the average column for Ramirez. Here's the 1-1. Lifted toward right center field. Jackson is on the run. Stretches out and can't get it. Bosch will back him up. Ramirez hits the bag at second. He's coming to third base, and he is in there with a triple. Outstanding effort for Austin Jackson, but it just eluded his glove.
The designated hitter, Adam Dunn.
Now this ball just looked like it continued to slice on Jackson off the bat of the right-handed swinging Alexei Ramirez, and he stretched out for it and just missed it.
So the tying run now is at third with nobody out. And a chance for Adam Dunn to deliver him the first triple of the season for Ramirez. Smiley will pitch from the windup. Swing and a miss. Dunn has had no success tonight. 2 strikeouts.
And he's gotten a steady diet of those breaking balls from Smiley as well.
Now 3 for 29 against left-handed pitching this year, Adam Dunn.
And the Tigers are conceding the run. Anything on the ground. And Ramirez will score from third base.
1 ball, 1 strike. Dunn was signed as a free agent in December of 2010. And then really struggled last year in his first year with the White Sox. Inside, 2-1.
That's a good pitch. Just to get him off that breaking ball. Smiley knows how he wants to get Dunn out, and Dunn knows that Smiley wants to throw him a breaking ball to get him out. The key is the location of the breaking ball if that's what Smiley throws.
Swing and a miss.
That's a good pitch for Dunn to hit. That was more of a hanging breaking ball. It was up, it was inside, and he should have been able to put this one in play.
Here's the 2-2. Driven to right field. Bosch is on the move. He'll make the play. Ramirez will tag. He'll come around to score. So Dunn gets the job done. A sac fly, 20th RBI of the season. 2-2.
The first baseman, Paul Konerko.
Here's that AT&T trivia question again tonight. You've had some time to think about it as Paul Konerko comes strolling in. The question was, who is the White Sox all-time hits leader? And the answer is Luke Appling. 2,749 hits. My guess was Harold Baines. Here's the list. Paul Konerko, the batter. Konerko 1 for 2. Single and a fly ball. There's a strike call. So Dunn is able to drive in the tying run for his 20th RBI. And once again, we're all knotted up. 2-1 the count. And for Dunn, who had struck out twice against Smiley, and that at bat was just what the doctor ordered, especially with 2 strikes in the count. Here's the 2-1. Here's a hard one-hopper hit right by Cabrera into left field. Well, we have a chance now. Time for a game break. Back to the studio we go. Here's Justin White. All right, Justin, thank you. And Jim Leyland coming out to the mound to have a chat with Smiley. We'll see if he stays in the game. Drew now has allowed 7 hits. 2 hits here in the 6th inning, and the skipper stays with him.
Well, that last visit by Jim with Poconin and Belo ready to go in that Tigers bullpen had nothing to do with mechanics, but simply execution. He may have told him, you've got one more batter to get here, which would be Brzezinski, and I'm going to go to the bullpen anyway, but that had nothing to do with your delivery.
So here is A.J. Pierzynski. Single, did not score back in the 4th inning. A.J.'s hit into a couple of double plays this year.
You have to be careful here to A.J. Pierzynski. He likes to guess and sit on breaking balls in certain situations. And if you do throw the breaking ball, make sure you don't hang it inside.
And there's a one-hopper hit to second. Looks like his 3rd double play of the year. It is. 4-6-3, the second one turned tonight behind Drew Smiley. All tied up again. Look out, there's Ty Cobb spikes. 2 runs, 7 hits for the White Sox. Tigers 2 runs, 5 hits. And Peavy back to the hill. One of the places in this ballpark that I absolutely love. The statues out in left field, left center field. There's a strike called on Miguel Cabrera, who leads it off. Cabrera, fielder, and Dirks in the bottom of the 6th. Peavy's pitch count in pretty good shape. That was only his 70th pitch of this evening. He's only had a couple of 3-ball counts. The 30-year-old out of Mobile, Alabama. Here's the 0-1. Fly ball, shallow right field. Rios. 1 out. It's 6 in a row retired by Peavy after the home run by Avila in the 4th inning. Here is Prince Fielder, 1 for 2, single and a fly ball. Peavy stays outside, 1-0. Inside that time from Peavy as he pins him out of the way. 2-0 the count. Peavy's had a couple of 1-2-3 frames in this game. And he paints the outside corner. 2-1. Mr. Foxtracks disagrees, saying that was well outside. That's off the end of the bat. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got some news out of the Bronx. How about this, Rod? The torn ACL yesterday, shagging during batting practice.
Sad to see. It really was sad to see. But I've heard that he is going to rehab after having surgery, and he's not done pitching yet. So we wish him well.
Yeah, Mariano has vowed this is not the way I'm going out. That's outside. 3-2 the count.
Yankees just continue to get horrible news. They lost Michael Pineda for the year as well. Talented starting pitcher they acquired from the Seattle Mariners. Torn labrum in his right shoulder.
Who do you think is best equipped now going forward to close games, Robertson or Soriano?
I would probably go Soriano.
Would you?
And not because I don't think Robertson can do it, but I think Robertson is much more valuable coming in the 7th inning, maybe bases loaded, or the 8th inning if you've got runners in scoring position. He just has that temperament to get you out of that jam and turn it over to Soriano, who had closed games for Atlanta and Tampa.
Meanwhile, Prince strikes out.
Peavy's dealing.
7 straight, he's retired. Well, that leads us to our poll question tonight, courtesy of Ace Hardware, Scott's. Of these 4 choices, who is the best closer in Major League history? A, Mariano Rivera, B, Trevor Hoffman, C, Goose Gossage, and D, Bruce Sutter. Now, Gossage and Sutter both in the Hall of Fame. You can make a case, I guess, for Lee Smith to be on that list, but those are the 4 to choose from.
I mean, you had guys that got it done in different ways. Rivera with the cut fastball. You had Hoffman with that lethal changeup that he featured. You had Goose Gossage with the blazing fastball, and Sutter. And he threw that splitter up there.
Yeah. And Eckersley could easily be on that list as well.
Lee Smith.
And by the way, you can enter your vote by texting ACE followed by a space and then the letter answer to 37338. Final results coming up postgame during Tigers Live. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That is lined to right, but it's going to go foul. Barely foul. What comes to mind with Goose Gossage?
He don't want to walk you.
No, he don't.
He don't want to walk you, Gibby.
1984. See you later. That's when Gibby had the hair flowing.
He was a wild man.
Really. 2 balls, 1 strike. The count on Andy Dirks. That one is pulled foul. 2-2 on Dirks. Pop up a fly ball for Andy, who's been battling a bit of a sore hamstring. Peavy continues to cruise along. He's retired 7 straight. He's fanned 6. And the 2-2. Bouncing ball to second. Gordon Beckham ranging right. And Peavy has another 1-2-3 inning. Peavy now has retired 8 straight for Chicago.
High fives for Drew Smyly as he came off the mound, and he's done after pitching 6 innings. And he is the recipient of our Bell Tire pitch by pitch today. When he came into the game, left-handers were hitting .333 against Drew this year, but he had 7 strikeouts, and 5 of his strikeouts were to the left-handed batter. So apparently he made an adjustment with the breaking ball, bearing that down and away to the left-handers, even climbing the ladder on occasion to get a strikeout. And of course, he struck out a couple of righties as well. So in his 5th start, Drew just as impressive as he had been in his previous 4.
So he will give up the baseball now, and the Tigers go to the bullpen. Octavio Dotel is the new pitcher.
He's been lights out this year. He comes in with 1 win and no losses, pitching in his 10th game, and no blemish as far as the ERA is concerned. Opponents hitting $1 and some change against Octavio.
Outside windows pitching change to be exact, and Dotel ready to go to work as we head to the 7th inning. 2-2 ball game. Tigers 2 runs 5 hits. Chicago 2 runs 7 hits. Rios, Viciedo, and Morel here in the Chicago 7th. First pitch from Dotel is inside, 1-0. Octavio appeared in his 700th game back on the 21st of April. There's a ground ball to third, right at Cabrera. 1 out. Now Dayan Viciedo. Single and a run scored tonight for Viciedo. And he shoots one towards second on 1 hop. Rayburn corrals it. 2 quick outs.
Hey fans, don't forget you can join us again on Fox Sports Detroit on Sunday when the Tigers take on the White Sox. Coverage begins at 12:30 with Tigers Live on Fox Sports Detroit. That's Tigers baseball Sunday at 1 on Fox Sports Detroit.
Don't forget tomorrow, Big Fox is in town on your local Fox affiliate. Fox 2 here in the Motor City. Airtime 3:30. First pitch a little after 4 o'clock from the ballpark. Scherzer and Gavin Floyd in that game. Brent Morel is 0 for 1 with a sacrifice. Here's the 0-1. Off the end of the bat. And Rayburn going to have to hurry. Shovels it to first. Not in time. Field unable to hold it on. And he came off the bat quickly but couldn't snatch it out of the air. Infield hit for Brent Morrell.
Yeah, Rayburn came in and tried to make the only play that he had, and that was to take it with the glove and shuffle it to Fielder. But even if Prince catches that ball, I believe that Jeff Nelson, who was the first base umpire right there, would have called him safe anyway.
Hit number 8 for Chicago. Here's Gordon Beckham. He's had a nice night. Single, double, RBI. And Dotel backs him out of there with a little bit of chin music. Beckham's starting to come alive now with the bats. 7 hits in his last 12 at bats. That one gets away from Avila, off his glove, advance the runner. Morrell moves up.
Avila set up outside, and it was a fastball tailing at about 90 miles an hour that he reached for, but couldn't catch. Therefore, given a pass ball.
And more importantly now, the go-ahead run in scoring position for Chicago. 2-0 the count on Gordon Beckham. Popped up. See if there's room for Avila. There is not as it gets back into the dugout. Octavio Dotel replacing Drew Smiley. Neither starting pitcher tonight with a walk in this game. They've both been around the plate. The White Sox have bounced into 2 double plays. And the 2-1. High drive left field. That ball is hit well. Kelly is going back to the wall. Leaps, can't get it. It's gone. Gordon Beckham having a huge night. That's his 3rd hit.
We have not seen Dotel miss with his location very often this year, but he does miss with his location here inside. And I don't know how Beckham was able to get his hands inside this baseball, get barrel on it, and keep it fair. That ball is tailing inside about 6 inches off the plate, and somehow, some way, he's able to hit it into that Tigers bullpen for a 2-run homer.
353 feet on that home run. Single, double, and a homer tonight for Gordon Beckham. And 3 RBIs. It's 4-2 Chicago.
Let's take one more look at that swing and how he pulls his hands inside and gets barrel on that ball. The bottom half of the order for the White Sox have pretty much done all the damage here today.
Pretty much. Beckham has knocked in 3. 1 ball, 1 strike on Alejandro De Aza. The 9th hit of the night for Chicago is a 2-run shot to give them the lead.
A little 2-out infield single got it going for him.
Strike call. First runs that Dotel has given up all season, earned or otherwise. We'll see 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. De Aza tonight is 0 for 3, couple of punch outs. Swing and a miss. And he strikes out for the 3rd time tonight. Big inning though for Chicago. Beckham's homer gives them the lead. Way you can vote for your Tigers McDonald's Player of the Game, presented by the Angus Third Pounder Deluxe. Using your cell phone, text Tigers followed by a space, then the player's uniform number to 37338, or vote online at foxsportsdetroit.com. New left fielder now is Brent Lillibridge. He takes over for Viciedo. The White Sox will do that. And they have the lead now late in the game as the Tigers come to the dish in the bottom of the 7th. And the first pitch from Jake Peavy is high.
Avila, one of the few that has been able to figure Jake Peavy out here today, is 2 for 2 with a solo homer.
2 of the 5 Tigers hits, that's all they've gotten against Peavy, who has retired 8 consecutive Tigers hitters. And his pitch count is still in good shape. Here's the 1-1 coming home. It's outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two and 2. Peavy came in 3-0, 3-1 to be more precise. He had won 3 and then lost his last start, even though he won a complete game. Gave up 1 run, 4 hits in 9 innings. Two balls, 2 strikes. Still talking to himself. Here's the 2-2. 3-2 on Avila. Peralta, then Rayburn to follow. Outside, he walked him. It's the first walk of the game for either team.
You a lip reader?
Yes, I am, but I'm not going to repeat it.
Jake has touched 93 in this game. He's gone as low as 79 with a slow breaking ball. Those readings always courtesy of Xfinity.
Here's Johnny Peralta, the tying run coming to the plate here. Fouled off 0-1. So neither Smiley nor Peavy had walked anybody, and I guess you could throw Dotel into that mix as well. That's the first walk of the game for any of the pitchers tonight.
Well, let's hope that walk comes back to bite Jake. The walks usually late in games do come back to haunt you.
1 for 2 for Peralta. Line drive caught on a leap by Morel. Oh my goodness, Peralta looked like he had himself a double down the line.
That was headed down in that left field corner. Nice play by Morel, who's not swinging the bat all that well this year, but defensively, he's above average at third base.
Little pivot, little leap, and the frustration for Johnny Peralta. 1 on, 1 out. Here's Ryan Rayburn. Ball 1 to Rayburn. His sacrifice fly back in the 3rd got the Tigers a run. Just his 2nd RBI of the year. And he tries to bunt his way on and missed the baseball. 1-1. Peavy is a member of the San Diego Padres, was 92-68 career over with San Diego. Won a couple of ERA titles. He's ahead of the count here, 1-2 on Rayburn. Chicago White Sox as a team, 4th in the American League in team ERA coming in. Blocked by Pierzynski. Avila led it off with a walk, still at first base, and a ground ball. Ramirez fires to second one. The relay is dug out at first for a double play. Inning over. 6-4-3, 7 in the books. Petey and the White Sox lead 4-2. Alex Avila with a double to start things off in the second. And then Johnny Peralta followed with a base hit, putting runners at first and third for Ryan Rayburn, whose sacrifice fly made it 1-0 in favor of Detroit.
Couple of real good pitchers here today, so you know runs were going to be at a premium, but it's Beckham who has done a really good job here today. He has pretty much chipped in and done the majority of the damage today for the Chicago White Sox. Avila also homered in the 4th inning.
That was his 4th of the year in the 7th inning. White Sox able to go ahead. 2-run homer off the bat of Gordon Beckham. And that made it 4-2. And that's where we stand right now as we go to the 8th. 4 runs, 9 hits, Chicago. Tigers 2 runs, 5 hits. Octavio Dotel back out there for another inning of work. Dotel got the first 2 batters in the 7th, but then an infield single kept it going, and then the home run. Alexei Ramirez tripled and scored in the 6th. Sends a high pop-up into shallow center field for Austin Jackson. And then Ramirez is out.
Hey fans, you can follow the Tigers with MLB.com at BAT12 for your iPhone, iPad, Android, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text at BAT to 31826 or visit Tigers.com for details.
So Dotel will get 1 out here in the 8th, give up the baseball. Jim Leland goes to the bullpen. We have a pitching change. We'll be back to the ballpark. 4-2 Chicago in the lead as we play here in the top of the 8th inning. Tigers have gone right back to the bullpen. Dwayne Below will check in.
Yeah, Below has been exceptional this year. No extra base hits allowed in 42 batters faced. He was scheduled to get a start on Monday here before that game was rained out, and then Jim simply kept Porcello on his regular 4 days rest and gave Porcello the ball on Tuesday night.
So Dunn will step in to face the lefty and look at strike one.
I don't know for sure because I haven't asked Jim, but I have a feeling he kind of likes Below coming out of that bullpen with the job that he's done for them the last 2 years in that role.
I haven't asked him either, but I would tend to agree with that. He's been so good out of the bullpen. And now it's quickly 0-2. And Jim loves having as many lefties as he can. Of course, Daniel Schlereth was sent down to Toledo and is now on the DL, but Below has filled in nicely in one of those lefty slots. More of a long guy out of the pen. It's rolled foul.
Below and also Smiley, who we watched pitch 6 innings here tonight and not walk one batter. That's what they do very well. They're not afraid to attack the strike zone with well located first pitch strikes.
4-2 Chicago. We're in the 8th. 1 out, nobody on. 0-2 on Adam Dunn. 1-2. And still play that shift for Dunn. The second baseman Rayburn way back in the outfield grass. And the 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's how they have him lined up defensively. Cabrera, the only infielder, to the left of second. The 2-2. Checked it, rolled it back up toward Cabrera. From a shortstop position, throws it out. Sort of an excuse me swing for Dunn. The big bat today has been Gordon Beckham, who has a single, double, and a homer. Compared to the rest of the team, he's doing most of the damage. Triple away from the cycle. Here's Paul Konerko. He's had a couple of hits, both singles. And each time was erased on a double play. Ball missing low, 1-0. Peavy right now at 96 pitches.
And he looks like he's coming back out for a few more.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Nobody warming up right now in the bullpen, so that's Peavy's game right now. And they've given him a 4-2 lead.
Robin Ventura, first-year manager. Robin had not managed anywhere. Majors, minors, and getting a big league gig.
I'm sure along the way he's learned some lessons from some pretty good managers he's played under, but no experience to speak of as a manager himself at any level. Played for Joe Torre, Bobby Valentine, Jeff Torborg. The 18th former Sox player to manage the club. And about as polar opposite as you can get from Ozzie Guillen, isn't he?
That's usually what happens. I mean, when you have a manager like an Ozzie Guillen who was so verbal in everything that he did and said, and things kind of go sideways, you tend to go to a guy like Ventura,
who among active managers has the most career home runs over our good friend Kirk Gibson.
I did not realize he hit that many.
Almost 300. I didn't either, really. Below missing inside.
I do know that Robin Ventura was a clutch batter. He had a lot of grand slams in his career.
3-2 on Paul Konerko. And he walked him. Belo issues a 2-out base on ball.
Well, not a bad walk there to Konerko. You don't want him to extend their lead, not when you have the left-handed A.J. Pierzynski coming up next.
Pierzynski is 1 for 3, knocked into a double play his last time up.
Prince Fielder playing behind Konerko.
Little chopper hit back up the middle. Peralta has an easy play as he steps on the bag. And the inning is over. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Got to get the bats going. As we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, the Tigers and the White Sox opening up this series. And Jake Peavy has been in control for most of the night. He gave up a couple of early runs. Tigers down by 2. Peavy has gone 7 with 6 strikeouts. And the first man he faces, Don Kelly.
He's doing it a little bit differently here tonight than he did the first time the Tigers saw him in Chicago. In that outing, he threw a lot of fastballs, very aggressive with his fastball. Today, he's thrown a few breaking balls in fastball counts to keep the Tigers off balance, but that's what really good pitchers will do. They have to make adjustments because they know the hitters will make adjustments.
Here's Peavy's 1-1. 2 balls and 1 strike on Kelly. Down is 0 for 2, strikeout, fly out. 6 punch-outs in this game for Peavy. Here's the 2-1. High, 3-1. There is action in the bullpen for Chicago as Peavy reaches 100 pitches. Thornton warming up. There's a strike. 3-2. The bullpen now, which apparently has Chris Sale as part of it. Taken out of the rotation, put him in the bullpen. That's fouled away. 3-2. The count stays on Don Kelly.
They say that they will not use Sale this weekend, though, that Monday he'll be available to close.
3-2 pitch. Fouled off. He was going to start here Sunday, correct?
Yes.
Change of plans.
They spent all spring training stretching him out, teaching him how to be a starter, and then 1 month into the season, they've decided that his future is in the bullpen.
There's a soft liner, base hit, right field. Kelly takes a hard turn but holds up, and a leadoff single for the Tigers in the 8th. That'll bring up Austin Jackson. Jackson is 0 for 3. .104 pitches now for Peavy. Jackson cuts and misses 0-1.
Jackson's starting to see a lot of first pitch breaking balls the last week or so. The word has gotten around that he likes to ambush you. If you throw him a first pitch fastball and it's in the strike zone, and he's been putting a lot of those balls in play with authority.
Here comes the fastball in. Missed with it. 1-1. Jackson came in top 10 in runs scored in the American League with 18. He was 8th. Fouled back out of play. 1-2 on Austin. You've got Bosch waiting on deck. You've got the lefty Thornton tuning up in the pen.
If Austin stays healthy all year long, he will touch home plate at least 100 times. With the guys that bat behind him. Bosch, Cabrera, Fielder.
Popped up foul back out of play. Peavy snatches the ball back. 1-2. There's Bosch waiting on deck. Tigers have not scored since the Avila solo homer back in the 4th. Fouled off.
Well, you wonder if Thornton will come in to go after Brennan Bosch. Bosch has had some success against Thornton and has really handled left-handed pitching since coming to the majors.
Breaking ball is popped up. Shallow center field. De Aza coming in. It's the first out of the inning. Jackson now 0 for 4 tonight. It looks like Peavy will stay in the game. He's had 110 pitches. His high this year was 116 in his last start.
Tigers were down by a couple of runs in the 8th inning on Tuesday. And Brennan Bosch hit a 2-run home run. Excuse me, that was Wednesday afternoon.
Does he have another one in him? There's strike one. That home run was the 4th for Bosch. Two-run game right now, 4-2. Fouled off. No balls, 2 strikes.
You know, I brought this up earlier that Peavy does not throw as hard as he threw when he was winning a Cy Young in 2007 for the San Diego Padres, and you said he also won a couple of earned run average titles,
right,
for the Padres. But he's kind of learned how to pitch. 89 to 91 with a good moving fastball, changing eye levels, moving inside and outside, an occasional breaking ball on a fastball count, and has kept a lot of these Tigers off balance today.
The 0-2. Missed it high. Bosch, a couple of strikeouts, or a couple of groundouts, I should say, and a strikeout, with Miguel Cabrera lurking on deck. Then it would be Prince. So Peavy, as he gets deep into this game, facing the meat of the Tigers lineup. We'll see how long he goes. Here's the 1-2. Fouled away. Tigers have been limited to just 6 hits. Leadoff single by Kelly. A fly ball by Jackson was the first out. And the 1-2. Missed it high. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Peavy threw 116 pitches his last outing. His next pitch will be 116 here tonight.
Let's go, Bosch. Fans getting into it. 33,000 plus tonight. Here's the 2-2. 3-2 on Bosch.
I don't think Jim allows Kelly to run here. You'd love to stay out of a double play, especially with Cabrera coming up if Bosch hits something on the ground, but you'd hate to have Kelly thrown out on a strikeout.
Runner holds, and it's fouled away. Bosch the tying run. We're in the 8th inning. PB a season high 117 pitches. Waiting game now, and now time is finally called by Pierzynski, who runs out to the mound.
Well, he just wants to make sure that he and Peavy are on the same page as to what pitch he wants to throw and why do you want to throw that particular pitch. That's what good catchers will do.
Alvin Ventura trying to get his team back up to the 500 mark. They came in at 12-13. Three and 2 on Bosch. Bouncing ball hit to the right side. Konerko has it. Thought about going to second, but he'll take the out. 2 gone. Advance Kelly to second base. And now here comes Robin Ventura. Peavy apparently has reached his limit tonight. So the White Sox are going to be going to the bullpen. Cabrera's going to be coming up in a 2-run game. Into this game, and he's going to face Miguel Cabrera.
Well, one of the reasons why he is staying with Peavy here is because of the success that Peavy has enjoyed against Miguel Cabrera in their major league careers. Cabrera has done very little damage against Peavy.
Ball 1 outside. This could either work out really good for them or really bad. 1 ball, no strikes on Cabrera. He's 1 for 3, a single back in the first. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Good breaking ball evens up the count. Kelly at second with 2 outs here in the 8th. Fouled off. 1-2. One of the things managers will always ask is the guy that I have in the bullpen a better option than the guy I have on the mound right now, even 119 pitches into the game?
That's right.
And Robin Ventura said, well, the numbers are in Peavy's favor. He's staying with him. Here's the 1-2. Line drive up the middle into center field, base hit. Kelly routing third, he will score, and Cabrera singles in a run to make it 4-3. Big 2-out knock for Miguel.
Przinsky wanted the slider, and Peavy wanted to elevate the fastball. You can see Przinsky wants it up, but Peavy doesn't get it up high enough. Cabrera able to climb the ladder and get on top of a fastball, and he scalded that ball into left center field for a base hit and an RBI.
22nd RBI of the season for Cabrera, and now he has to take him out. So Thornton will be coming in to face Prince Fielder. We will step aside. Pitching change here in Detroit. They left him in there to face Cabrera, and Miguel slams a single to center field, driving in a run. It's a 1-run game now. Peavy is out of the contest.
Well, sometimes you can outthink yourself as a starting pitcher. He had thrown Miguel several breaking balls, and Miguel really didn't have good swings at him as we look at Matt Thornton's season numbers this year and what he does against righties and left-handers. And he probably, if he could do it all over again, would simply go back to another breaking ball, but he tried to trick Cabrera with that 90-mile-per-hour heater up in the zone.
And the result was an RBI hit up the middle. Cabrera has driven in 22 now.
Take a look at the pitch sequence here. We already gave you the numbers. He had had very little success against Peavy in his career. A couple of slow breaking balls, and then he thought he had him set up for that piece of cheese, and Cabrera wasn't having any of that.
Did him a big-time favor, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
So it's a 1-run game. Go-ahead run coming to the plate now in the name of Prince Fielder. Facing the lefty Thornton. And he looks at ball one inside.
And Thornton's got that power fastball anywhere from 94 to 97 miles an hour. He has been one of the best setup men in the American League for about 4 years now.
He has faced him once. He is 0 for 1 against Thornton. 95 on that fastball from the left-hander. 1 ball and 1 strike. Prince had a single back in the first, 1 for 3. He rolls this one foul, first base side. 1-2 the count. Tigers got a leadoff single from Kelly. 2 outs later, a base hit by Cabrera scored him from third base. Chasing Peavy.
Since the beginning of the 2006 season, 124 holds for Mr. Thornton. No one has had more.
One of three lefties out of their bullpen, Thornton. Here's the 2-2. Look out, shattered bat, rolled it right back to the mound. And that is that for Detroit. They get a little bit closer, though. They knock Peavy out of the game. They get a run, and we'll go to the ninth. Within one run, it's a 4-3 score. And a reminder, the Central standings look like this. Cleveland came in at first place coming into play. They now lead the Tigers by 2.5 up on Chicago, pending the outcome of this one here tonight. And as we promised earlier in the game, we said that Jim Leyland was going to pitch Jose Valverde in this contest, and here he comes in the ninth inning. So Valverde will face Alex Rios to begin things here. 4-3 in favor of Chicago. Rios 0 for 3, hit into a double play back in the second. And he hits a ground ball on the first pitch to the shortstop Peralta. Up the line, but Prince makes the tag. One gone on one pitch here in the ninth. Tigers will have Dirt, Sevilla, and Peralta due up in the bottom of the ninth inning.
They also have Delman Young, who is sitting on their bench, and he is active for this game, and he does have some power. Should Jim want to play that card.
First at bat for Brent Lillibridge, who came on as a defensive replacement. First pitch in for a strike, 0-1. Valverde last pitched on the 28th in New York. Trying to keep this a one-run game and get it to the bottom of the ninth. Here's the 0-1. Fouled away, 0-2. The difference in this one, the two-run homer by Gordon Beckham in the bottom of the seventh. That was hit off of Octavio Dotel. And Beckham, as a matter of fact, has a single double and a homer. Here's the 0-2. Way outside, 1-2 on Lillibridge.
Lillibridge has a somewhat of a golf swing going here today. Locking those pinkies together. Index finger and the pinky, I should say. You don't see many guys doing that.
No, you don't. Little tapper hit slowly towards short. Peralta going to barehand it and have no play. Infield hit for Lillibridge.
And nothing you can do. Lillibridge got way too good a speed to throw him out.
White Sox benefited from an infield hit with 2 outs in the 7th.
They sure did. Lillibridge has some speed. He will not to stay at first base very long.
Here's Morel. Pitch out. Nothing happening. That hit, by the way, was the 10th of the night for Chicago. Four to 3, White Sox lead. They have a man on, a man out here in the 9th inning. And the 1-0. Inside, 2 balls, no strikes. It was Morel that had the infield single in the 7th that set up the Beckham home run. He's ahead here, 2-0. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Here comes the throw. It's high and a stolen base.
Nothing Avila could do. Lillibridge had a really good jump, and Valverde was somewhat deliberate getting that ball to Avila. Avila made a very good throw down to second base, but Lillibridge was on his way up when the ball got into Johnny's glove. Ryan's glove, excuse me.
Seventh stolen base of the year. So a big insurance run standing at second base. Two and 1 the count on Brent Morel. Fouled straight back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Meanwhile, the guy on deck has had a huge night. Gordon Beckham, 3 for 3. White Sox have had the Tigers' numbers so far this year. They played a 3-game series in Chicago in the middle of April and won 2 out of 3. Low, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Valverde coming on here in the 9th inning. Dotel and Bilo have also pitched. Fouled off. Lillibridge down at second base, now tied with Desmond Jennings of Tampa for the American League lead in stolen bases. He actually has more steals than hits.
He's not an everyday player either.
7 steals, 5 hits. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Down he goes. Morel is out of there. First strikeout for Papa Grande. So it's going to bring Beckham up there. Single double homer. All of a sudden his average has jumped up to 236. Still at that time of the year where you can get a 3-hit game or a 4-hit game and jump your average up quite a bit. Popped up foul, back out of play.
Jackson and also Bosch in right, and even Kelly in left field, all three playing really shallow. And they want to give themselves a chance to throw Lillibridge out on a base hit, but as shallow as they're playing, anything over their heads. And Beckham will have hit for the cycle here tonight.
Yeah, the last cycle was April of 2000 for Chicago. Jose Valentin. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. One out infield hit for Lillibridge. He stole second. Still standing there now with 2 outs. And Valverde's 0-2. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Another good outing tonight for Drew Smiley. He went the first 6 innings. Surrendered 2 runs and struck out 7 again, which gives him 3 straight starts of 7 strikeouts. And the 1-2. 2-2. The White Sox trying to hang on to this one for Jake Peavy, who was good tonight. Left the game in the 8th inning. Here's the 2-2. Ground ball, shortstop side, ranging left Peralta. And that is that for Chicago. No runs, a hit. They get a runner to second. Tigers down by a run as we go to the bottom of the 9th. As we go to the bottom of the 9th, need a run to tie, 2 to win. The White Sox 4 runs, 10 hits. Tigers 3 runs, 7 hits. And the rally caps are out in full force tonight. We'll see if they work. Thornton is still out there, the left-hander for the Chicago White Sox. And Ramon Santiago is going to pinch hit. He's 0 for 2 this year as a pinch hitter. Thornton came on to get Fielder to bounce out, ending the 8th inning, and Santiago cuts and misses. Avila due next, and then Peralta. And he drops down a bunt. Thornton able to make the play and tag him out. That was a pretty good play there by Thornton.
Yes, it was.
Wow. It gets past him, and that's probably a base hit.
For sure. It's a great idea by Santiago. And Thornton's able to get off that mound, and he was able to glove it, and then also able to tag Santiago running by both hands.
One out, the all-important first out for Thornton. Now here comes Avila. Alex a double and a solo homer tonight, plus a walk. He's been on base all 3 times. And Avila takes a fastball at 95 up and in. Thornton got the final out of the 8th, pitching here in the 9th, trying to save this one for Jake Peavy. Here's the 1-0. That's in for a strike.
Alex told Chris Guccione, you haven't called that pitch all game.
Broken bat, little looper. It's going to drop. Base hit. Avila is out for the 4th time tonight. That's the tying run.
Hey fans, you don't want to go anywhere. As soon as this game ends, our coverage continues with Tigers Live. You'll hear from the manager, Jim Leland, and the players. Plus, we'll break down the game, show you all the highlights. Tigers Live immediately after the game here on Fox Sports Detroit.
And Gerald Blair now will come on a pinch run for Alex Avila. The tying run is at first. That is the 8th Tigers hit of this game. Avila 3 for 3 tonight. Peralta is 1 for 3. Johnny fouls it off. Again at 95. Thornton.
That was 95 with a little cutting action inside as well.
Johnny has some long history with Thornton. 21 at bats. He's only batting 190 against him, though. 4-3 White Sox lead in the 9th. 1 on, 1 out. Tigers batting. Here's the 0-1. Fouled away. 0-2 on Peralta.
If you weren't with us earlier, we told you that Chris Sale, who was supposed to start here on Sunday, is going to be the new closer for the Chicago White Sox. And one of the reasons for that is Thornton's a really good setup man, but he has blown quite a few saves in his career. I'm sure some have come in the 8th inning. But when he pitched in the 9th inning last year at the beginning of the year, didn't have a lot of success in save situations. It's a whole different animal when you're trying to close out games.
21 of 46 in his career. Well, there's no doubt he has the stuff. I mean, throwing mid-90s coming from the left side, but getting outs in the 9th inning is a whole different scenario. He came on to get Fielder to bounce out to end the 8th, but Avila got him for a single here in the 9th. Laird is the pinch runner.
Going back inside again.
And it's in the air to right field. Ball hit pretty well. Rios going back to the wall, and that's a walk-off win! Johnny Peralta, right on cue, a 2-run shot. How do you like that? Jake Peavy will not win tonight. Thornton is unable to hold it. And Peralta is your hero. He went the other way. And the Tigers win.
A.J. Brzezinski wanted the ball inside, and it tailed back over the heart of the plate. And give Johnny some credit, who does not display a lot of power the opposite way, but it's something he'd been working on the last number of days in extra batting practice, and it pays off his hard work. I see you, Johnny.
Once it left the building, Peralta with his hand up in the air and the party waiting for him at home plate. And right now we send it down to the field. Shannon Hogan standing by with our hero tonight.
Johnny, you just said to me, hold on, let me catch my breath. And then the fans started chanting your name. What a fantastic feeling. Walk me through that walk-off.
I mean, it feels unbelievable. You know, I don't have a home run the whole month of April. And look at my first home run. I say it's unbelievable.
What can this do to a team? I know the bats have not been fantastic for you guys the last few games. What can a walk-off do to the clubhouse, to the momentum for this team?
I mean, I think it's something that's happening in the game, and you know, now every guy knows what can happen, and maybe we can start to be hot. You know, every guy swing the bat. I mean, we don't have a lot of good luck, but I think so a good start to hit the ball good.
Let's talk about Drew Smiley, a young guy, a great guy that's coming up in the league right now. What did you see from him, and how impressive has he been? 7 strikeouts again tonight.
You know, I see a smile from spring training, and I know that he's a really good pitcher. So I say to a lot of the guys, hopefully they give it the starting in Detroit. And now we see here, he's doing really good. He's doing fantastic for us.
After the hot start that the Tigers had, people have been waiting for a spark. Could this game be the spark that people have been waiting for these last few weeks?
It can maybe be. You know, that's all we need, one game like that, and after that we can go every day. So we'll see what happens now.
All right, thanks so much. Congratulations, Johnny.
Thank you.
Back to you.
All right, Shannon, thank you. The second career walk-off for Johnny Peralta. His other came in 2006 as a member of the Cleveland Indians. This one is as a Tiger, electrifying the crowd of better than 33,000 here at the ballpark. We'll be back with a whole lot more.